I'll speak a little bit in Portuguese. Okay. Hello. This is Jukka. Somebody told me this is pitka. It means big one, right? Something like that.
The tall one, yeah.
The tall one, yeah, exactly, the tall one. So I'm going to speak a little bit in Portuguese before people come in. Ora bem, meus amigos, voltamos a uma segunda-feira, cá estamos nós. Desta feita, eu desafiei um amigo que fez algumas tours connosco e que, por sua vez, o nosso baixista do ano 2002, 2003, talvez, já não me lembro, o João Alferes, lembrava-se muito bem do Pitka. E ele hoje, eu vou tentar que vocês entendam um bocadinho qual é a vida de um técnico. Quem estiver aí desse lado, ponham perguntas, se quiserem, aqui no chat para ele. If there's any technicians here, please ask questions, Portuguese questions, because maybe there's some few differences as far as industry is concerned, especially for the ones who want to go and tour as a rock and roll band or in this different indie band that in Portugal is almost impossible, I have to tell you.
Okay.
Right away. I didn't want to tell you before in backstage, but I will tell you now. To be Portuguese and go abroad is almost it's impossible almost.
Okay.
You have to give your S. I'm just kidding. You have to do lots of things. You have to go abroad, live abroad, because we are in the end of Europe. So it's before there was these huge festivals. People didn't come so fast, so many times to Europe. So they meaning they don't go to Spain, so they don't go to Portugal. Now they go a lot to Spain. They did before the COVID shit, like you told me. And now they go to Spain and they come to Portugal. But that's for a few years now, 7, 8, 9 years before. No, but still, there's few bands that can go, that manage to. Finland is totally different. Mm-hmm. Even if, yes. So, first of all, I know that I want to put you in this space. First of all, let me present you talking. Who are you in this business? When did it all started?
Yeah. I started touring 1988 with a Finnish band called Havana Blacks, or later Havana Black. They were pretty close that they didn't really break out in USA. They were touring with Great White, and they had this same manager with Guns N' Roses those days. But things went wrong with them. I wasn't in US with them, but I was touring in Finland. A really good rock band. And since then, I've been doing lots of touring. I did it over 20 years for profession. Mostly with national bands, but very good ones, and also one band with a Portuguese singer. We did a Lapland tour that was really fun. And Lapland is the very north part of Finland. And now I've been working almost 10 years as a technical director in a sound company, or actually sound live video company called Sound Engine. We work mostly cooperation events and that stuff, not that much music, but I still mix for hobbies. So I got 2 bands I work still with, and situation is pretty nice for me because I don't need to go out on the road if I don't want to. if somebody asks me if I want to come to mix that band, I can think about over that if I want to. And now there are these two bands. The other is Pretty Roots, old Finnish rhythm and blues band called PhysicistS Harp. And they are really front row of Finnish professional musicians, really great stuff. And the other is the metal pioneers, the crazy metalheads crossover band called Valtari. I've been touring, and we did with Valtari last autumn. We did almost a month in Europe with Doggy Dog. We were supporting them, the American skate punk band.
Cool.
That's pretty much what I've done for my profession. The short story.
The short story.
Yeah.
So, but I want you to tell me, how was going on tour after? Of course, you did Finland a lot, mostly, but also you toured internationally. How it is the procedure? How is the procedure as far as industry? Can you explain for a Portuguese band? How do you? Can you demystify? Can you open? Do you have like a recording deal, or do you have like an enterprise that give money to do or how does it goes with a Finnish band touring in Europe?
Well, do you mean the signing up the technicians or the whole system?
About the money, as the money is concerned, where is the money coming from when you tour abroad?
Well, I don't actually really know the structure of the bands because I don't work on the production side.
Okay.
So, well, I get paid by the bands. So
by the band.
Yeah.
Straightly, directly from. That's a. Okay.
Yeah, or the promoter or the office, whoever is responsible for the salary. But it depends.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
That's why I'm giving that link, because usually when I was touring in Finland, there was this daily allowance free of taxes. It's still on that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's still on. If you tour, if you are from Helsinki, after I don't remember 40 kilometers or 60, isn't it? They pay some salary.
Yeah, or they can pay.
They can pay.
Yeah, it's not mandatory to pay it, but it's it's easy way to get some tax-free money. I mean, it's something. I think it's something like 42 euros a day right now, and you have to be. It's something like 40 kilometers away from the solid office place, and you have to stay there like 10 hours, and you can't have a warm meal.
Exactly.
Those are the rules for that. That's in the law, but you can get like.
But I'm sorry to ask about this because this is so important for Portuguese to understand that we need to be together, more united as an artist to try to have this kind of things. Maybe in Finland you are not grateful because it's something that you are so used to.
Yeah, it's always been there. As long as I have worked, it has always been that thing.
It's really a privilege, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
because if you think that if I make ordinary year could be something like 150 shows, and you multiply it with 42, so it's pretty much money already.
Exactly.
And but usually we negotiate that I have the salary plus the daily fee, so or daily allowance, whatever it's called in English.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's usually in the deal already, and it's kind of the way we do it here.
Exactly. So there's an enterprise, lots of booking agencies that do everything. They give you usually when you were not in this event and enterprise part of the industry, like you are now, you used to, your name was on a table of the agencies. Then Pitke is a good technician, so we can go tour with this. So is there a list of technicians well known or that are called? It's like a phone call, or it's the musician saying,
both.
Efremov. Oh, Pitka, come.
Yeah, it's both. It really depends, but the main thing is, of course, the reputation. And for example, what I do in my job now, I hire a lot of crew. So I have a pool. I have like we got something like 40 freelancers who work for us pretty much, but I have like maybe 200 phone numbers for people for different, that some guys are like touring all the time, and then they make like 1 or 2 gigs for us in a year or something. But as I was touring, it's very much that the phone call comes. It always comes, and I don't know. You got to be good to that the phone calls come, because if freelancers phones stop ringing, then there's something wrong.
Exactly.
And this year there has been lots of things wrong. So
for sure.
Yeah, but anyway, but that's But anyway, it's also it depends also on the relationship with artist or band, of course. And it's there are certain artists that they want the certain technicians to take care of them, especially the sound guys on stage making the monitor sound, because that's really personal stuff. So you have to be able to communicate the right way, and you have to have the connection with the band the right way. So there was one very appreciated artist in Finland I worked for several years actually, but I did mostly backline. I was taking care of guitars and drums and that stuff. But then I jumped to the monitor sound engineer booth that I've been working a lot, so I know about it. But I had no communication with that artist on that. And I talked to him and I said to him that we don't understand each other in this situation. So if I work for you, I work as a backliner. It's okay, but I won't do monitor for you. I don't understand the shit what you are trying to get from me, and obviously it's vice versa. So, but because it's really personal, so there are better guys to do that job than I was. I told him, and but it's very personal. Sometimes it's the these times it can be even record company that's hiring stuff. That's it can be good, but not necessarily. But also the agencies, they book, and
so
but it
you
depends.
You came into maybe with stage music or name booking. Do you remember?
I've worked for both, so I don't remember which one it was that time.
Okay,
I think it was stage music, probably. I think so.
Yeah. Petri Ekman. No. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, I've done some work for them too, but well, anyway, in Finland the industry is pretty small anyway. We are only 5 million people country, and most of people live here nearby Helsinki, so pretty much everybody knows everybody, especially like I'm already like old school guy, so we old school guys know everybody knows each other. Now there are the young guys, nobody knows about them, but they are really skilled and they are really good ones.
They are trying to...
Yeah, they are kicking us out.
Are you sure? Because here
No.
they cannot. They cannot. No, because
but anyway, that's there's lots of more education actually going on, and that's a really good thing. Actually, I've been studying now for a couple of years, so also these things. But there are youngsters that really come from school, and they know a lot about things. So of course, to get miles, you have to do the gigs.
Yeah.
To have the miles behind you, and that's something you learn only on the road. So
Exactly. Which is the well-known university, or is there a polytechnic?
yeah, it's called Metropolia.
Okay.
It's the University of Applied Sciences, I think so.
Okay. In Helsinki?
Yes. In Helsinki.
Okay. Right. Okay. So it's just for people to know something about that country that I love. I've become a friend of all the musicians I've played with there and technicians. We've been talking. Maybe I'm also waiting for Palazzo to come out. Tell us what's going on with your music.
There's going on now. We have a new vocalist, so we decided to do it in Finnish in the end. So and we have the demo vocals done now. So
Cool.
I might send it to you, but it's
Nice.
still it's a secret still.
Secret. So did you do music before? Of course. Do you want to talk about it? What has been? You are a guitar player.
Yeah, I'm a guitar player. I've been playing music since I was 7 years old. Started with piano for 5 years, and then I changed over to guitar and been playing since. And it's kind of was the way to be the technician as well, because I wanted to be a musician when I was a kid, like 15 or 16. I saw big bands like Rainbow, Whitesnake, all that stuff, hard rock, mostly Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush, of course. And but then I noticed that I'm not skilled enough to be a professional musician. I can make my own music, but I won't be able to play like from the notes, or somebody tells me that play this and that, like the professional musicians do. And I've always been interested in techniques, and I got interested in sound and lights, and so it was pretty natural actually to step to the other side actually and have the guitar just as a really good hobby for me. So because if I went to, or if I had become a professional musician, I think I would be playing in some really shitty dance band, and yeah, exactly, and I would have drank myself. I would have killed myself for drinking with that shit. So it's better to be a roadie. So
I have to explain that if you don't mind, Jukka, that humpa is a style that we have also here. We call pimba in Portuguese. So, but it's in Finland. It's huge. It's really huge. As huge as the brilliant bands that we know here, from metal and rock and indie rock. And do you know that in Portugal you have lots of fans that consume Finnish bands?
okay,
You didn't know?
no,
They know
yeah.
more about Finnish music than I know. That I've been touring in Finland for so long. Yeah, they buy a lot. And we when bands come here, Portuguese just go and full house for sure. Really, people here from metal environments, they love Finnish bands. It's the I'm not saying anything to put the honey on it. It's the truth. We in Portugal we love Suomi rock and roll metal bands, and we consume a lot.
Yeah, the metal scene is pretty huge in Finland, and there are lots of really good bands in metal here. So
It's unbelievable.
yeah.
All they put everything together. I wish my brother was here to ask you some questions because he knows a lot of, but doesn't matter. What I want to know is more about you. It was the family that made you think maybe it's not so good to tour so many kilometers out of my home? Was it the family that made you change your mind?
No, not that much, because actually our son was already gone when I stopped touring, living his own, and he has got his own kids already now, and so but it was more like I had done it like over 20 years, and I got an opportunity when the band I worked for like 7 years, I think. They went to a break, and it was about to last like at least 1 year or something. And then I was running my own sound company those days. Or also I had a club PA system, and I had a warehouse already in the same building where I work now with Sound Engine. I was hiring some space from there, and the owner asked me to come to work for him at that point, and it was pretty easy to go there. Like I've nothing to do right now, and I've been touring so long. I was a little frustrated already to that myself, because it was like listening all the same songs every day, and not giving that much for me. So then I changed to that one, and now the situation is pretty good, as I can work with a couple of good bands still that are not touring that much, so that I'm able to do the both jobs actually.
So you have to think about the production itself. I also do this kind of private gigs now, and I understand that's totally different, because we have a client. Usually it's an enterprise that wants to get forwards with the employees, or it has lots of items, but they choose the what the lineman is. It is if I show some prizes of the employee of the year. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And so you have to have a schedule of everything. Everything has to be put on early in the day or the day before. Everything in the right spots. Very professional.
Yeah,
it's totally different.
And I work a lot, like in office, just making the planning. I also sell the gigs.
Exactly.
I hire the freelancers, and the title is really technical director, but it's like I always say that I'm like a everybody ninja doing anything. So I have to know, of course, lots of techniques, and then I take care of mostly our if there are some outboard or outlandish customers, so they usually come to me also.
Yes, and that is really more comfortable money. Also, I decided also to do that.
Yeah, and I got a monthly salary, and I got a summer vacation. That was strange in the beginning. That I was like, I'm 4 weeks off, and I get paid.
yeah, totally. It's totally different job.
Yeah.
Usually, I don't know if it happens there in Finland. It's just a curiosity of mine. I have some few friends that were musicians, but they write slogans very well, and they also produce slogans very well. So sometimes they also think about some like a TV show. When there's an event, they put the art they do. Some one of them, two brothers, they are like comedians, singing and playing, and they do all the things that the enterprise wants him to do. But he also sells a shortcut of things, of products. Like, for instance, if they want to do team building, he thinks about jingles and some games that can put together the employees and do some things during the event that he made the script. He is like a creator also inside. Does it that happens or in Finland with this kind of things or not? Or we just do what the enterprise asks you to do?
Oh, it depends. Again, it's well, we do some of the ideas come from us also, and the visuals especially. And I've done some like soundscape stuff, creating like, for example, one event they had a football as a theme, so I made there like a surround system with all football cheering and somebody announcing there and that kind of stuff. And I've been doing that kind of stuff also. That's fun. And like I create them home and make with sequencers and so. And for a couple of other corporation events, I have done the similar things, and that'd be pretty good and pretty cool to create stuff. But mostly it's really technical. That we get their beamers, we get their PA, we get their lights, we take care that everything is running smoothly, and then we collect the stuff and go home.
Okay.
But
Nice.
but we also do like ideating, especially our boss is doing that a lot. So
that's nice. That's creative, and it gets the flavor. Like touring with bands that also have. Oh, there's a friend of yours, well-known Finnish guru of performance technical fields, is speaking words of wisdom. It's Tapio Sakkinen.
Tapsa, hello.
Tapsa.
Yeah, from opera.
Okay.
Finnish National Opera House. He's the head of the what do you call it? Structure department, maybe. What is it in English? They're making all the stuff on the stage. So he was actually, we met actually really this summer in one in course in our school. So
cool.
Yeah.
So always learning and getting forward, because life is like that, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Or else it's just like you told it, when you change career, something is boring. We need something more, right?
Yeah.
That was the issue. But still, I think a creative mind, even if it likes, I don't know, it's just an opinion of mine. A creative mind, even if it's doing that kind of job someone asked for, there's always something of you. I noticed when we were in tour, you were so perfectionist. You always wanted something more of it. Do you remember? Yeah. Maybe not. Yeah, it's your thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much my attitude is that I want to add there something. So when I think of mixing a band live, the first thing is that I have to understand the band, what they are doing, the aesthetics of the music. So because if you make like a vintage music, like something like old school rockabilly or rock and roll music, you can't mix it like you mix a modern heavy metal. For example, the drums, I've heard that, and it's terrible. You have to understand what it should sound, but then you can add there something of yourself that makes it like a little bit more. It goes to 11. That's pretty much what I do, and also like if it sounds like huge, or if it sounds like natural or anything. So that's pretty much the difference with the two bands I work now, because the other one is really natural sounding and it sounds really good. You just open up the stuff and like, yeah, this is the thing. And the other one with Valtteri, I can produce it really much live, so change effects and use all kinds of distortions in vocals and it's usually pretty loud, and I usually try to, or not usually, I always try to make it sound really, really big, so that it's really crafty and punchy and everything. So, but it works with that band, but I always try to make that something from myself as well. But still,
Exactly.
I always try to understand what I'm mixing and why the music should sound and what it should sound. If I mix like a totally strange band, what happens, for example, in festivals, I try to somehow go to there to listen to how they sound like on stage, because that's kind of I just amplify them. I don't want to change them, especially if I don't know them, because I can't like produce that kind of stuff. Of course, I can use something little reverbs or anything delays, but if I don't know the songs, then I had to have a hunch what they are aiming with their music, and it's also not fun sometimes just to mix just the really strange bands. And that happened actually a lot in here in my hometown in Järvenpää. We had a really good jazz club here in 90s. There were like national or international big stars came here playing, and pretty shit stuff. They had the gear what there was, but there I learned a lot. Like many jazz musicians were like, I was putting like microphones everywhere, and they were like, "Why are you putting this?" I was like, "Because I don't know what you're playing. I open only the ones I need, and usually it was 1 or 2 mics that I needed to amplify, but I never knew what it was." And but I learned a lot of stuff there in that little. It was like maybe 200 people. It was packed if there were 200 people inside. So a small place, but really good music and pretty good feeling also. It was called Dixie Corner.
Yeah, did you do with us? I think you did. No, roll it. Not roll it in the sea. On the rocks in Helsinki. Did you do
Yeah,
that?
I done some gigs there, but I haven't worked
With
there like
us?
permanently. No.
No, because I think the year I don't remember anymore. The year you were with me, we did a lot of sound music backing tracks, or when you did, didn't. I don't remember anymore. You don't also.
I think I did your first tour where you didn't have the
Okay,
backing tracks,
I
and
didn't
then
have.
I was,
Okay.
actually Mikko was mixing the in the later
Yeah,
times,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and
Exactly.
then you had the backing tracks. Mikko has done actually really well. I don't know if you contacted him, but he's mixing the
Yes.
Sunrise Avenue, which is huge in Europe.
Yes. I've talked first with you because the first one is always the one that we remember more. I don't know how, but we did more technicians for sure. But
Yeah.
I remember your attitude was so different from the first year. We were just together. We didn't know each other so much
Mm-hmm.
in between us. So I was so used to have these great musicians, technically speaking, and there was like a garage band that's starting to do something. You were very patient, very patient with us, because they were still, we were still searching for the sound. It came
Mm-hmm.
later, came like 2 years or 3 years later that we did really better music that allowed us to go to Warner Brothers with Oscar Kettonen. That
Yeah.
was the guy that went to see us and wanted to sign with us. But unfortunately, the band finished
Yeah.
in that year. But what I mean is, when I remember you, because of that very grateful attitude, that giving attitude that you had with the guys, because Pile was very professional. He is very professional,
Yeah.
but still the others were still, they are not professional musicians.
Mm-hmm.
You were always very, how do you say in English? I can't remember. Given. you're very patient. Maybe you lost your patience, and then okay, now I'm good. I don't have any more patience. I just want to go to corporate business and do everything. I remember some stories. Now you cannot allow that kind of behavior, like getting late to sound check or right. Everything has to be much more.
Yeah, of course, some musicians are always late. You can't help it. I have some great friends of mine who are exactly like that.
Even if they are very brilliant musicians, it's
Yeah.
like here.
Yeah,
It's like here.
still.
Still,
Yeah.
it's maybe their I don't know, feeling they are free. They are so free.
Yeah, maybe.
It's okay.
Or then they hate waiting, so they are themselves late. That's one theory I've made.
Brilliant theory. In the end, yeah, you look like you are studying NPL. Do you know what's NPL? I study NPL. It's well, in English, in Portuguese is programação neurolinguística. I it's a kind of structure that you think about people and how they behave. Neuroscience with
Okay.
communication. That's brilliant theory, eh? Brilliant theory. I think that is the issue. Most of when they are young, they are waiting all the time. When they
Yeah.
start a band, and everybody comes late, and comes the drummer, very drunk. Ooh, I'm gonna play some drums. I was waiting here for 4 hours for you, sucker. It's everywhere. So, do you have lots of stories? I'm sure of it. Do you have some things that you want to tell us? Some crazy story?
Crazy stories. Oh.
Yes, you have lots of crazy stories that you want to share with this Portuguese audience.
Well, crazy stories. There are lots of crazy stories, but they are like a.
One story that you want to share.
Oh, what could it be?
I can help you. Pile used to Pile used to record these crazy bands in Finland that don't know how to play. That don't know how to play. They are all drunk. They go to stage, and Pile used to record. Did you ever had this kind of band that you don't know anymore? You go there, you think it's a huge. You don't say names, please. It's a huge good band, and you go there and they just cannot play. They do everything wrong, and you just try not to laugh. Did it ever happen to you? Don't say it's Mary C, please. I'm just kidding.
No, you were doing well, but well, sometimes you have to hear some bad bands, but I try to forget them as soon as possible. So
Very politic, very
yeah,
politic, very polite, Mr. Pitka.
yeah, but that
Have you
really is
ever
the situation.
recorded? Have you ever recorded
No,
to shows? No.
no. Or I have recorded shows, of course, but not the bad bands.
That was the guilty pleasure from our bass player. He did that with us. They put it on tour loud and clear, and we just, what is this? And then also guilty pleasure. We did this guilty pleasure about seeing all the time the life of Brian all the time. We did this in tour. It was really fun to Mary C. That's the best part, isn't it?
But you know, well,
Blank.
Say, huh?
You have a blank.
No, right now not. Oh, there has been, of course, lots of funny situations with the bands, and
This is a funny situation. Yeah. This is the most funny situation at all. I just asked the question, and because maybe I cannot tell about this guy. Maybe, but now I'm not telling about this guy. He's gonna know this is him. Maybe I should shut up. That's okay. Let's go forward.
Well, I could tell one story. This happened in Levi at very north. We were there as well. And the artist was Aki Sirkesalo, who was actually, who died in tsunami in 2004 in Thailand. And I worked for him like almost 10 years. And but it was the 1st of April when everybody's making gags to everybody, and we did lots of this pranking that day. And I don't exactly remember how this happened in the first place, but we had something wrong with our accommodation in the first place. There were no space for us at all, and it took like some time to get us some place, and I think we got some cottage from a couple of kilometers away from the Levi center, and Aki got then a hotel room, and then we went to the hotel reception, and we made the reception girls to call him that there's something wrong and he has to give up his room. And then we were waiting for them, maybe drinking a beer or something, and it took pretty long time, and we were getting a little nervous that now he really got pissed off and he went home. That's it or something. And the drummer Harry, he called him, hey, how's going? Yeah, I'm just coming to the reception. Do you have, Harry asked the Aki, that do you happen to remember what day is it today? And it was like 10 seconds. As a matter of fact, I do. And at the same time, he walked in to the hotel reception. And he came in with the words, I was having a walk and I was writing a letter to the manager of this place. And it started with the words, I've never, ever in my life been treated this bad, not even in Soviet Union.
Oh my God, kill him.
That was one pretty nice prank.
Nice prank, really, really nice. Well, Finnish guys love pranks. Like nobody in Portugal can imagine that in the 90s or in the late 90s when I went there, people instead of seeing soaps, they watch this kind of crazy. How do you say? I don't remember the words. Doesn't matter. It's this kind of series where everybody have pranks to each other, and I was like, what? These Finnish guys totally, they like to have fun. They really love to have fun. Finnish. And when a month before I called João, he is living there since 2003, and he's saying, oh, I will never leave Finland. Here, I know how to have fun. People always trying to have pranks, fun. I don't know, maybe it's the weather. It's so dark that you just have to.
We have to amuse ourselves.
Yeah, there's runs with things and runs of everything. Runs with I don't know the name of it. I don't know in English. It's amazing. One day, I will start to before I'm old, because I'm still very young, almost 50. I'm going to make an appointment, a bridge, at a point, a bridge between Finland and Portuguese humor.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing with songs.
Okay.
I'm going to do it. I was maybe with you.
Okay.
Maybe with you. Now I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
To do that. This humpa and pimba and then metal and rock and roll. We just we put everything together. Yeah, just jokes and everything. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna ask some Jere friends to do the and maybe Jere to write this crazy stuff that he lives to write. What do you think about it?
Yeah.
After COVID. So this shitty COVID.
Yeah.
How many gigs did you cancelled?
Gigs?
Gigs. How many shows did you have to cancel this year?
With Valtari, I think we lost something like at least 12. Probably more, because they made the new record that came out in the spring, and we were supposed to tour with that one. And with in the industry, it's been calculated actually that in Finland, our industry lost 79% of the jobs. 79, almost 80%.
Jesus Christ! Like here.
Yeah, like.
So nothing different. Even if thank God you didn't have so many deaths like we having. The industry, the music industry and the entertainment industry is shitty everywhere in the world. So they want to kill musicians of starving.
Yeah. But it was like March the 13th when our government closed the Finland, actually. And that was the day. From that day, 13th, 14th, 15th, my calendar went totally empty.
Like mine.
Everything. Yeah. In 3 days.
I have some few gigs now in summer by myself.
Yeah.
Not bands.
Yeah.
In open air places.
Yeah.
So, but I had to run. I had to. Hello. Where are you? Hello. Do you want to hire me?
Yeah.
Same price, not less.
Exactly.
Not with me. No.
Yeah.
Not like, but there's musicians that they are starving, and I don't know how it is there. Do you know if they are dumping prices?
No, I don't think. No, I don't know about musicians. As I said, I'm not working on that side that much. And anyway,
you are working already.
Yeah, but like we are not like dumping prices. At least not a lot. Some things, or some rental stuff prices have gone slightly down, but not a lot. But it's more like because there's no usage for it, so it's better to have them to do something even. And especially we have a couple of long-term rentals, so we could put that price to the nice level to the customer at least. But anyway, to get some incomes in certain things.
So you are working already, right?
Yeah.
Corporate. Can you tell me how it to end up this talk, I think it's a good a kind of hope. You're talking about streaming.
Yeah, we have like a semi-permanent studio in our warehouse built up there, and we have been doing there some stuff, but of course we got lots of gear that we can't use. PA, lighting. Okay, lighting gear is pretty much up there right now, but still. But that's something we are trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Do you understand how to OBS? To use the OBS? How do you stream with technology?
I don't remember exactly the technologies, but we use at least vMix, and
okay.
I think our video guys, they have several ways to do it depending on the event. So if it has to go like 2 roads or 1 road or anything. So, but they have lots of equipment for that anyway. So, but I'm not into that the video stuff that much. There are the professional guys for that in our company.
Yeah. But live streaming, the sound itself, it's hard.
Yeah, I've been working on that in some of our events, and it's pretty different from live sound. But of course, I've been working in studio also, so it's kind of more familiar with that environment. But but then to go with the right levels with the LUFS metering, and that we were forced to learn that kind of stuff.
That's what I was telling.
Yeah, and also now that people are getting used to the streaming, and that, for example, the keynote speaker can make the speech like from California or anything, that they don't have to fly, for example, to Finland. It will, of course, change the events in the future as well, because, of course, if you go to have a speech for 1 hour and you spend 3 days for it, or you do it from your office, spend 1 hour, it's huge difference, of course. And also streaming out of the events is getting more and more, of course, that there will be live participants. For example, the events where they sell tickets, the live tickets can be one price, and then they have another price for the streaming tickets. That's already happening, has been happening also, but it's going to be more, definitely.
It's different, so the pricing? The pricing is different?
Yeah, in some events, yeah, it's like if you are on site, the price is higher, and then you can follow it. Of course, you don't have all the things, and you don't connect with people in that kind of events, so you don't meet people via streaming, but you can still follow like the keynotes or anything you are interested in. So in some events, they already sell tickets that are cheaper in streaming.
Okay.
But it has to be, of course, that interesting, the event itself, that it sells full, that it's already sold out, then people want to participate in that much. And so, but it will change the business, of course, in the future, at least at some ways. And also what I've noticed, because I haven't used a lot earlier the video conferencing stuff also myself, but I noticed that in certain things it's pretty practical. I don't have to get out of my office like for a meeting and go like 1 hour there, 1 hour back, 1 hour in the meeting. I can have the 1 hour in the office, that meeting, and have 2 hours time. I spare 2 hours of my life. So, but sometimes you have to go on site, of course, or the venue check or something. You can't do venue checks virtually. It's impossible, because you have to see the place itself.
Mm-hmm. You always have to check out all the gear and the stuff. It's still going to be, but yes, I noticed also here a lot of changing about time scheduling, chronogram of everything, because of this way of meeting. It's not the same. You cannot have rapport. You cannot. Oh, Hiva, a friend of mine that she's living in Portugal. She's Finnish, but
Okay.
she's an English teacher. She's finishing. She's living here for I don't know 30 years. I don't know, lots of time. And she's married with a programmer of jazz programmer, one of the programmers of jazz in Portugal. So she's here.
Okay.
The rest we can do with this. We can a lot of learning involved. Wishing everyone the best of luck. COVID has changed such a lot. Yes, it's a worldwide change. We are adjusting. We are trying to be positive. But as far as the music and artists is concerned, it's all dumped. It's 80%, 70%. Here is more than 80%, I think.
Yeah.
So let's see. What do you think? You are positive about the future?
Yeah, sure. The medicine is about to come. That's the break point when this situation is really going over. And I heard this morning in the news from the radio that if everything goes right, they might have the medicine till the end of this year, but they assume that it will be approx Mars next year, that it's really useful, and then the situation will be over, not before that.
Okay. Here, the talk is different because people are not so. There are people that they are not trusting the medicine itself.
Yeah, of course
Maybe they
are
are not going to use.
No,
Let's see. Let's see. That's their choice, right?
Yeah, but anyway, most of people will probably use the medicine, and it will, of course, take care of most of the situation, at least.
Yes, I hope one of these days I will go back to Finland.
Yeah.
Every year, Jere tries for me to go there and do some gigs, some shows.
Yeah, sure.
It was this year I almost went, but then the COVID almost went.
Yeah, I hope we will have a show in Portugal, because we had shows in Spain last autumn. In Madrid and Barcelona we did, but we didn't come to Portugal.
You with your two bands, or which one?
No, with Valtari.
With Valtari.
Yeah. Okay,
if you come here, I'm going to kill you if you don't say anything. You just have to say, I am going to Portugal, and I'm going to be, it doesn't matter if I don't have a gig or the day before. You just tell me, I'm going to say hello and then go. Say, we like this.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, because no hugs. In Finland, they also hug. People in Portugal don't know, but we kiss. But in Finland, we hug. So no more hugs.
Yep.
In Finland, there's no kisses, only hugs.
Yep.
So I wish we can see each other in different situations, but in positive. I love to talk with you and to know you 18 years or 20 years ago.
Something like
that 20 years ago. And wish you the best. Thank you for your talk. I'm sorry I talk so much.
No problem. Thank you for inviting me here.
And I see you soon, my friend. All the best. Puss. Kisses. Bye-bye, Jukka.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.